WildChild is still in Nova Scotia, Canada, and she finally makes her way into Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Roger, copy all that fine. Your subline is now closed with us, and you have a good evening.
Yeah, just make a note. We're going to reopen it in the morning as we make our way to Halifax.
Roger, roger. Very good.
Thank you. WildChild, clear back to 1-6. So with the hook set, we cooked some dinner and then watched some television and went to bed early. Yeah, it's Sunday, September 30th.
So last day of September. So it's 7 in the morning. We're going to lift the anchor in a few minutes. I'm going there now. And I'm going to try to film it. So let's see how it will go. So sun is going to rising sunrise. So it's beautiful. It's coldish a little bit. It's supposed to go to, I think, 16 today. So we'll see. So let's see if we can do that. There you go.
Around the rock. Fuck. As the boat had swung around during the night, our chain had wrapped itself around some boulders on the bottom. We couldn't get the anchor up. When you realize you might be about to lose your anchor, you get a bad feeling in the pit of your stomach. As an emotionally sensitive girl, I'm beginning to get a nervous feeling in the pit of my stomach. I kind of want to scream or cry. But as the captain, you just have to work the problem. Calm down, deal with your emotions, focus on the problem in hand, and try to find a solution. We are two human beings in a relationship that haven't stepped foot off the boat in quite a while. We've been under stressful conditions. Michel is a man. He doesn't communicate when he's focused. He wasn't saying anything to me back on the helm, so I didn't know what was going on. I had to come up to figure it out. We have to get through the frustration that we both feel, try not to fight with each other, and try to focus on the problem. Of course, in any relationship, he has one idea, and I have another. The man's solution was to use brute force, but as I was analyzing the problem, I realized maybe we have to use the motor in the boat and change the pulling angle to get the chain out from underneath wherever the rock was, but we needed to know what direction to go. After some maneuvering and poor communication, we eventually got the chain to pop out from under the boulder.
Yep.
Relieved that we had saved our precious rocknet anchor, we could now finally get underway.
So Sunday, it's around 9:30 now. It's wind speed, it's 8.5, and WildChild is running at 4.2, 4.5, so that's great. Halifax destination, 30 miles, so hopefully we'll make it. I hope the wind will maintain all day. That's not the forecast, but we'll see what.
You know, something that we didn't think about at the time or realize was unusual. We actually sailed all the time. We did not motor. We'd not seen any other boats, so we didn't realize that 95% of all sailboats don't sail. We just thought it was natural. 8 knots of wind going 4 knots of speed, why not?
It's out of the water. Where's the bird? This is where there's fish and the tuna is there. Big one.
We sailed along all day in calm and pleasant conditions. It's interesting how moody Mom can be. 2 days ago, conditions out here were horrible. Today the conditions are fabulous.
So great when it's sunny. Doesn't matter if it's cold a little bit, it's sunny. So you find a place in the cockpit with sun on you, and it can keep you warm. So you see the speed. It's 8.2 wind over 5.2 SOD from WildChild. So that's great. So we'll make it. Hopefully it's keep going like that. So we'll make it to Halifax around 2. A lot of sailboat in the Halifax.
It was really nice to see other sailboats with sails up day sailing. We weren't alone out here anymore.
Entrance in the harbor. That's great to see. The harbor. View the harbor.
WildChild happily sailed herself into the port of Halifax in good conditions. I had been looking at the chart information for days and had debated whether or not we would even go into Halifax Harbour. It's 10 miles to get in, and it's an international shipping port. It's very congested and full of ships. We weren't even sure where we could go to anchor. So, on Sunday, September 30th, 2018, under calm, mostly blue skies, and a lovely, gentle 6 to 10 knots of wind, WildChild made her way into the famous, see if you can recognize it, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Like how those things don't just fall over is kind of a miracle. Actually lovely to see other sailboats again. We have been the only pleasure craft around for days or weeks at a time sometimes. It is very rare for us to see other sailboats, and you don't see power boats like that far out. The only thing we generally see is fishing vessels. They're the only other ones crazy enough to be out there. It's nice to see a sailboat. At 3 knots, WildChild makes her way in. Someone had advised us when we get into the harbor, stay to the left. That first floor yacht club is only one of this I don't know the name of the river, but this is sort of the west arm of the harbor, and that's like the Royal Nova Scotia Yacht Club, and then further past it is the Armdale Yacht Club. We're thinking, looks like there's a lot of boats like moored or anchored though, so nobody should get their panties in an uproar if we anchor up there somewheres. It looks pleasure, not commercial, so that's sort of good for us. We're gonna go 3 miles up the river and see what we can see. Important question becomes, is he gaining on us? I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's see who's been following us in here. We have a sailboat, a lovely looking sailboat. Single skipper. Sounds like I hear an engine. He's going so slow, maybe he is just sailing. Yeah, you know what? He's got main and Jenny out. He's just sailing. So at least it's a fair race. 3.5 over 2.2. Are we kicking ass or what? This blue sailboat's already dropped out of the race. We creamed him. He's the one that we came in at the same time.
Alright, it's a silly race, I'll admit, but it's a sailor thing.
Mick Matt. We are neck and neck with Mick Matt for the last 5 minutes. I don't know, he's a serious sailor. He seems to know what he's doing.
We raced like this for about an hour to get 2 miles up the river. I think he knew the race was on. I won't concede defeat, but I will admit he slowly started to catch up with us. We had another mile to go to reach the Armdale Yacht Club at the end of the river.
Is this a crazy place or what? We got mooring balls and anchored boats on the starboard side, narrow channel in the middle, and then an entire flotilla of moored boats in the middle, and then an entire yacht club here. This seems to be the Royal Nova Scotia Yacht Squadron or something.
We had been on a pretty secluded solo adventure so far, so it was a little overwhelming to see so many sailboats.
Look at that canoe stern. Is that interesting or what? Cool, huh? Canoe stern. Like a true canoe stern. That's a great boat.
We weren't too sure of ourselves when we arrived, but we grabbed a mooring ball that was unattended on the edge of the Armdale Yacht Club mooring field.
Let's see.
Get a picture of the mooring ball too.
Yep. So what time is it now?
10 to 6.
10 to 6. We just dropped the anchor. No, we just grabbed a mooring ball. That's it. So we'll see if it's belonged to someone or not. So that's easier. Mooring ball. There you go. We'll see in the morning. We'll go explore tomorrow. Now it's time to cook, relax, enjoy the sunset.